In this video, I'm going to show you the top 5 mastering mistakes and how to fix them. The first issue I see so much is heavily relying on the master instead of the mixdown. So what I mean by that is before you even think about mastering your tune, you need the mixdown to be perfect. And this is going to take some time to do. And if you want to watch my 7 biggest mixing mistakes to help you with that, I'll leave a link here and in the description. The second issue I see so much is that people mix too loud. So you'll see here I've exported the mixdown of a track and it's super quiet. Like you'll see the drop here, super quiet. If I was to play it without any instruments, it's coming in at around -9 dB. And I like to aim anywhere from -9 dB to -6 dB. If it goes a little bit higher than that, and even hits like the -3 range, it's not too bad. Don't change your mixdown to satisfy that. Just make sure you're aware of that when you're mastering and adding the limiters later on. So a great way to mix down to -9 to -6 dB is by setting your kick drum, which is going to be your loudest element, to -15 dB. And then all your individual elements later on are not going to go louder than -15 dB. So the third issue I see in mastering is that their mastering chains are too complicated. You'll see here on my master chain, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plugins. And that's like the maximum amount of plugins I'll have in a mastering. Essentially, all you need is some form of EQ to boost and reduce ranges and to brick wall the very low end and the very high end. Some form of compression just to make sure that your intro elements are loud enough compared to your drop and to get everything sounding as loud and as good quality as possible. And then you want some kind of exciter as well, which is going to boost certain ranges in your frequencies to bring out the best sound in your track. And then on top of that, you're going to need the maximizer or limiter to boost the range up to 0 dB at the end. And that's it. Those 4 elements, which you can do in 4 to 5 plugins only. Now, if you want to learn how to completely master your tunes, mix down your tunes, everything like that, I've got a free music production workshop down below. So just click that link down below, sign up and watch it completely free. The fourth issue I see in mastering is over compression. Now, when you add your compression in, you just want to do light compression, nothing too heavy. So you could just add a basic compressor in or a glue compressor in, or if you're on FL Studio, a basic compressor, and then just do some really light compression. Sometimes in mastering, I don't even use compression if I feel like my mixdown has been done well enough to not need it. So this is one you want to not do so much of because it can completely ruin your master. Just be really careful with it. And then the final mistake I see done so much is excessive use of limiters. So the best limiters to use are Ozone Maximizer, Pro L, and then there's also Maximus, which is a fruity default one. These are the best 3 to use in my opinion. The Ableton limiter is not very powerful. And one thing to help you not excessively use the limiters is to download this free plugin called Ulean Loudness Meter 2. And then when you're mastering, which you should be mastering from the loudest element, which will be your drop, this LUF value here, you want to aim for at most -7. And if you're doing like a really aggressive tune, you can go higher than that, but that's when you start to get problems, in my experience. And this kind of range can help guide your ears to get in these right levels on the maximizers and the Pro Ls. Another good thing to do if you have Pro L2 is to aim for -5 gain reduction maximum. And then you should be able to get the right amount of limiting on your track without completely destroying the master. So you'll get that loud sound and crisp sound at the same time. So those are my 5 biggest mastering issues. Let me know in the comments what kind of issues you have with your mastering, and I'll answer any questions you have down below as well. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.